Inside the Huddle. I'm your host, James Slater, joined back up on stage by Jason Hatcher and Marty Logan. I'll explain who Marty is in just a second, but you know, around the holidays, I love hearing good stories. Stories like this one. Methodist McKinney Hospital, McKinney, Texas, held an inter-department toy drive collection contest to contribute to the United States Marine Corps Toys for Tots drive campaign. All departments within the hospital, as a total, raised 15 boxes, totaling 250 toys for donations for Toys for Tots. The contest team winning departments were radiology, lab, pharmacy, health information management, IT, credentialing, and quality. Methodist McKinney Hospital, led by President Joe Minisal, provides incomparable service and compassionate patient care. Methodist is a full-service hospital specializing in orthopedic and spine surgeries. They placed 17th in Dallas Morning News' top 100 places to work in 2013, so congratulations to them. Again, I wanted to introduce the guy we've got joining us up here on stage, Marty Logan, 6-time world champion drag boat racer. Explain what that is.
Well, we got started drag boat racing many years ago, and we're what they call a seasoned veteran, but we did a little something special this year. As many of you know, Navy SEAL by the name of Chris Kyle lost his life last February. It all started for us, it's kind of a Dallas Cowboy connection with us. Jerry Jones, I want to give a shout out to him and his wife Jean for furnishing Texas AT&T Stadium for the memorial service for Chris Kyle back in February. And I just want to say good job, Jerry and Jean, 2 thumbs up.
And so you race boats for a living, and you make winnings from that, obviously, and a lot of guys would pocket that. But you felt compelled to give some of those winnings away.
Yeah, like I said, it all started for us, Jane, back in February when we saw the memorial service in Cowboy Stadium, AT&T Stadium, and saw the procession. I went home after the procession and told my wife, Michelle, said, we got to do something for that family. And so we did. We decided we'd do it with the boat racing, and we decided to donate all of our winnings from the racing operation, our winnings, our sponsorship, our concession sales. Everything goes to the Chris Kyle family at the end of the year at the Lucas Oil Banquet in Las Vegas on January 11th.
How much money did you raise? How much money was it?
We're still going. I mean, Cowboy Nation, y'all can help us out here. Go to martylogan.com. You can buy these Chris Kyle tribute tour t-shirts, the hats, everything we sold at the races is still available. We got a special Chris Kyle merchandise store at martylogan.com. Go there. I mean, every single dollar, guys, goes to Chris Kyle's family at the end of the year.
Well, speaking of his family, we have his, I believe his wife, Taya Kyle here. Taya, first of all, thanks so much for coming inside the huddle this week. But how big was it to link up with a guy like Marty, and what does that sort of money mean to you and what your organization is working on now?
I think that just knowing there are people like Marty out there is such a blessing, and I think sometimes we look for reasons why something horrible happens, and I find that in the worst of times you really have the opportunity to see the best of people. There's no reason why Marty and his wife Michelle had to do this, but they've blessed our family tremendously and allowed us the time to come from a place of strength instead of a place of panic. And I think that for me, you know, I definitely am not interested in material things, but I am interested in time. And especially in losing Chris, I realized that time really is the most important thing. And that's what really they've given me, is the gift of time with my kids and the gift of time to collect myself and develop the things that Chris was working on more fully without having to panic and figure out how we're going to, you know, put food on the table and make ends meet. So it's just been a tremendous blessing. I find it inspiring.
AT&T Stadium, Jerry Jones, them allowed that funeral there, and to see that funeral procession from, you know, Dallas down 35 and all the people that showed up and people like Marty that were touched by that, what did that mean to you and your family?
There was so much about Chris that our family just loves and something that we can't replace. And I know that people who met Chris were often taken back at how humble he was, how easy he was to laugh with, and what a big heart he had. And so an extraordinarily capable guy, and I'm sure some of the players can identify that to have a big heart along with that means the world to people. So to see that kind of outpouring of love made us feel like we aren't the only ones who recognize what an amazing life he's led and how much he really touched so many lives in such a short period of time.
And Taya, so many more people are going to get exposed to Chris Kyle because he wrote a book and they're turning it into a movie. Yeah. Tell me, if you can, who's starring in that movie and who's rumored to be directing it?
So Bradley Cooper is starring in it as Chris, and they're still working on the person who's going to play me. And it's rumored that Clint Eastwood is going to be directing it, so that would be pretty cool. I definitely think they have a cowboy connection, and he could understand that man of few words with a big heart and a strong line of what they believe and what they're not willing to compromise. So if he ends up doing it, I think it'll be a real blessing.
Well, Taya, thank you so much for stopping by. I know all of us enjoyed you coming and sharing your story. And Marty, what a story of giving around the Christmas season. We appreciate you coming up here as well.
Thank you so much, Jane. And like I said, it's just the right thing to do. I mean, Chris Kyle gave it all for America. He gave it all for us. And I just felt like it was time for us to return the favor. And so we did.
All right, well, we appreciate it. Coming up on Inside the Huddle, it is the Christmas season. Are you looking to trick out your car, possibly your truck? I'm going to get Hatcher to help me out with this. We've got one of our sponsors to help you out with it next.